Hello everyone, my name is Alex and this is the CS1501 Tools of the Trade database demo. So today we're going to cover several things. We're going to cover inserts, updates, select statements with various alterations to them. And then we're going to cover joins and we're going to cover aggregate functions. So we're going to start with the inserts and updates because you can't necessarily do that on the database that we're giving you, but I'm just going to cover it so that you can see it. But so for an insert statement, the keyword will start with insert into, and then you'll type in a database name, and then you want to type in what you want to insert into the database table, and then you can filter by a column. So we're filtering here. We're going to insert rating. We're going to insert into ratings, and we're going to insert the movies where the ratings are 5. So here's an update statement. So what an update statement does is it changes certain values in certain rows. So we're going to update, for this statement, we're going to update the movies table and then set movie ID equal to 1 where the name is Toy Story 1995. So it's already 1 here, but we could change that to 2, and then it would change the movie ID for this row to 2. So now we go to select statements. We can actually run these so we can see them in real time. So all this does, the star will select every column from a certain table. So here we're selecting everything from the movies table. If we want to select just the names, we can do select name from the movies table, and it'll give us just the name of all of the rows. So we can also do select distinct. So this will give us distinct movie IDs, and since the movie IDs are already distinct, it'll just give us all of the movie IDs. So we can do select, let's see, do select distinct rating from the ratings table. One moment. This should give us only the distinct ratings. Yeah, so it gives us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they're not in order, but we could actually order them. If we did order by... So most of the time when you type SQL keywords, you'll want them to be in all caps. Well, so we're selecting distinct ratings from the ratings table, and we're ordering by rating. So this will automatically order the ratings for us. It's a big table, so it takes a second to query it. So it'll order by the ascending ratings. If we want to do descending, we can do just add DESC at the end of it, and it'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So we got that. These are just keywords, so you can use order by, descending, or ascending. You can also do ASC, I think. We'll see. But by default, it's ascending. So you can use order by, and really any query will go. So you can also, here's a where statement. We've already sort of covered this, but it will select anything. Well, right now we're selecting every column. We can select just the name from the movies database, where the name is this, and it'll give us just the name. We can also just do star and it'll select every column for that row. And also do where movie ID equals 5. It'll give us whichever movie has movie ID of 5. So you know, also in your where clause you can add ands, ors, and nots. So this is sort of confusing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out. So here we are selecting every column from the movies database where the name is Toy Story and the movie ID is 1. So this will give us that row. We could also do an or statement, or movie ID is 5. So this will give us any row where this is the name or the movie ID is 5. So it should give us only 2 rows unless there's more than one movie with movie ID of 5. So it gives us 2 rows. Also, you want to make sure to add a semicolon at the end of every SQL statement. You could also do or not movie ID equals 5, and that should give us everything, I think. Yeah, everything except for where the movie ID is 5. So we could do and not, and that will give us only this, only the Toy Story, because yeah. So you can also do, so I think that's it for the and, ors, nots. And then we covered order by, and we have joins and aggregate functions. So also a tip, if you want to see a database table in SQL Workbench, you can just right click on the table and it'll automatically select everything from that table and show you all of the columns. So the joins we can see here. So all this does is it combines all the rows from 2 tables and basically multiplies them, but it joins them together on a key. So here our key is a movie ID. So we select every row or every column from the movies table, and then we rename it to M, and then we join it on the ratings table. I'm going to go ahead and open both of these. So we select every column from the movies table, so all of these columns, and then we join it on the ratings table, so all of these, and we join it on movie ID. So there's an ID for the movies that's distinct for every movie. You want to make sure that the ID is distinct, and then it's distinct here. So we get a user ID and then a movie ID and then a rating for that movie. So essentially we just combine the 2 tables. We get the movie ID and then each of the user IDs and then the rating that each user gives. So if we wanted to, we could just do select name and rating, and that will give us just the name and rating for every rating of the movie, and this will have a ton of value. So right now we only see Toy Story, but okay, so you can also do other types of joins. I'm gonna add a link to the video in the description that will cover this better. I'll add this link, but essentially there's different types of joins. The inner join here combines only the values where there is like values in each table. Left join prints out the rows where all of the rows from the left table and then the rows that match each table, but doesn't print the rows in the right table that don't have a key that match the left table. Then we have a right join, an outer join, and a left excluding join, a right excluding join, and then an outer join. But I will include this link in the description of this video, and it covers those more in depth than I can with the time that I have. So after joins, we also have aggregate functions. I'm going to close all these tabs real quick. So we have aggregate functions. So aggregate functions are just count, average, and sum. So they will return a value based on a function from a table. So here we could select movie ID from the movies table, and it'll give us all the movie IDs. We'd also select sum of the movie IDs, and it'll give us all of the movie IDs added together. You can also do average, and it'll give you the average movie ID, or you can do count, and it'll give you the number of rows with the movie ID. So that is it for the SQL demo.